All right, everybody. I'm trying to sum up the mental energy in order to give the people what they want based off of what I saw tonight. Hold on, let me do the usual. Let me make sure. Let me do my checks just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Okay, so we're good to go on YouTube. Let me check the other place. Let me just check. I'm just gonna check it out real quick. Hey, make sure y'all be busy in the chat box too, so that we can legit view y'all comments and stuff and understand what it is that y'all thinking, so that we can make sure that y'all are being noticed. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, because sometimes what happens is I get so busy going from one thing to another, like directing the conversation, making sure the topics are on point, trying to moderate, separate, break up fights, all this kind of stuff. Sometimes I don't see y'all chats, and it's not because I'm ignoring y'all. It's just like a whole bunch of stuff going on. So make sure y'all stay busy in that chat so that I can shout y'all out and read y'all comments aloud, so that other people can see what it is that y'all talking about. Now, on to our first line of business. What in the world, Leon Rose, what in the world are you doing? Yo, look who is in the building. Bodega Wi-Fi, what's good? Yo, what in the world are the Knicks doing? What are we doing? I have no idea. Yo, look who's back. Big OSO. I bet you saying like, hey, my name's Big OSO. Yo, Big OSO is good. Hey, Big OSO, we ain't trying to get you fired. Hey, get that money. But we will try to make you laugh, though. When the boss man walked by, we will try to make you laugh. Yo, so what are the Knicks doing, man? I have no idea. I am so hurt and put off right now. Shout out to everybody in Sportscast. There's like 16 people in Sportscast. I know that number's going to grow and be like 25 or so based off of what we usually get on Wednesday nights. It's usually like a dance party in Sportscast. We're trying to get it to be like that on YouTube also. Try to get it up to about 50 or so people on YouTube. Yo, look who here. Look who here. Let me do something real quick. I should have did this at first, but let me do this. So I don't know. Kodak Vloggers, I don't know. Thank you, babes. Hey, let me give you some. I'm gonna give you some irony. My wife Mocha bought me some coffee. How about that? But anyways, hey, I'm not hating on Obi. Big also said .oso. Hey, fam, it's all love. Trust me, it's all love. It's all love. It's all love, man. So, Bodega, it's not a thing, man, where I'm hating on Obi. That's not what I'm doing, right? The thing I'm oh, look who's in the building.
Did you just say, I want to kill you for that. Did you just say my wife Mocha bought me some coffee? Did you just tell
right here?
Did you just tell a dad joke and you were happy with that corny ass joke of
here it is right here, and it's piping hot too.
Can you throw that on your face with that awful joke you just told?
Hey, man. The irony. It's a pun.
This guy with his Johnny Carson jokes, man. Just get to this depressing ass draft, man. Let's talk about this trash
Dog.
draft, man.
Hey, let me shout you. Hey, shout out to Legion of Knicks for doing a 5-hour marathon.
Thank you.
Dog.
Oh,
That was a marathon, man. Hey, what's up, Michael Jones? What's good with you? Hey, what's up, Stephen Okongwu? What's good? And I know you're gonna be like, it's a Congo, brother. Hey, I know. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm just shouting out everybody, man. Listen, y'all do not understand how much, y'all probably don't get how much I love the fact that y'all keep showing up for this thing and growing this Knicks at Night podcast thing. Because it's not just me, you know what I'm saying? Because and just to be real, I could legit just go to nothing but Knicks and just sit in the thing and just do that over there and get my fill, but that's not what I want. What I really like is to hear all the fans coming out, and not fans of me, but I'm talking about Knicks fans coming out and everybody just, you know what I'm saying, just saying what they have to say and getting it recognized. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, as a Knicks fan, when you see somebody actually paying attention to your stance, it makes you feel better about the Knicks, even if you don't feel good about the Knicks direction. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I'm not really feeling good about the Knicks direction. But I'm here in the middle of the night with Legion of Knicks, you know what I'm saying, with Big Oso, you know what I'm saying? I get to chop it up about the Knicks and have some fun, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody for showing up, man. Even though I don't know how I'm gonna get my energy level up to do it tonight, man. I need y'all to help me, you know what I'm saying, get my energy up, man, because I cannot understand our future for the sake of me. I don't know what's going on.
Tanking. That's it, Freezy. You said it. We're tanking. That's it. We're tanking, Freezy. You tell me, even if you don't like a guy like Randall, forward from the forward position was not a position of need. This is not a draft. People talk about best player of all that stuff. I'm not sure. Again, a guy, Obi Toppin does not play the defense.
Right.
He's going to get abused. He's going to get Mr. Robinson probably more trouble on the help side when Mr. Robinson takes his man on. Right. And I know people talk about value. There were guys. I think this was a fit draft, man. This is a draft where you get the guard of Vassell if you want to pair him with RJ. This is a draft where you get that point guard if you want to overdraft for, say, Carol Lewis or whatever it may be, right? And overdraft in context of everything, if you have a guy you like, you pick that guy, right? As long as it's not a guy you pick in the first round, even though you could have been picking in, undrafted player, right?
Right.
This draft, I'm just trying to see where was the value. Like Obi Toppin to me. Oh, salute to KJ Martin, who just got drafted, the son of Kenyon Martin, man. This is beautiful to see, man.
Really? Did the Knicks get him?
What?
No.
What you smoking?
No.
What you smoking? What'd you say? Nick what? Nick who? Who's that?
I know.
What you talking about? Nah, but he got drafted by the Kings, man. It was just beautiful to see him and his father share that moment. That's cool. But yeah, we are freezing, man. I don't feel good with this draft, man. I don't feel good with the direction of this team. You're drafting guys who have connections to, one guy's the agent is connected to Leon or whatever it is, whatever, and then quickly, obviously, the Kentucky connection is like you could have even if you could have had quickly later on, like if that undersized guy who can shoot the ball, but he's probably going to struggle to get a shot off in the NBA. It's just 6'3".
Right.
Yeah, man. I'm all over the place, man.
So for the record, I got my head down. It's not because I'm not listening.
No,
I'm hitting up Sim Russell so he can come on the show because he hadn't been on. He hadn't been on here yet, and I'm about to get frustrated with him, man. Like what you doing, bro? I mean, what's the deal?
Is he still doing the show though?
I don't know. I just sent him the invite though. So if he ain't,
you do the show dumb late, Freezy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's for this niche right here. It's legit like
we feel you, Freezy. We feel you.
Yeah. It's legit like 80 or 90 people that be wanting to see this like after y'all do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? It's they be wanting.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. I'm just saying, it might be a little
and so the thing about it is with this group of people, what I find is it's the less refined group, and I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not knocking y'all. You know, I love y'all. You know, but it's the less refined Knicks crowd. It's the more rowdy bunch. You know what I'm saying? That want to come in and legit go at it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I like the raw guys, man.
Yeah. So I find this group of people that come on, for one, they super loyal. They like legit be ready before I'm coming on, and they also are well abreast of what's going on in Nick's universe. So, but even with that said, though, man, my energy is up because I get to see our people show up. You know what I'm saying? Like Alex and Steven and Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Big Oso. You know what I'm saying? Dodging the boss man. But you know, because we legit get to come out and just hang out and kick it. You know what I'm saying? My thing though is I feel bad that I don't get to break nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I legit don't get to break down why Devin Vassell pick at 8 is going to get us to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I have to tell him that the legit Obi Toppin is not a starter if we have Randall, and how him and Randall are going to split minutes, and how Randall is not trying to give minutes to any other power forward, right? So then they'll say, well, Freezy, why do we take Obi Toppin if Randall ain't gonna give minutes to nobody? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, no one knows.
Can you see Tom Thibodeau going to RJ Barrett and like, RJ, listen, we got to cut into your minutes so we can give this rookie Emmanuel Quigley some time.
But Freezy, I don't even think it's that. I think that they're gonna move RJ Barrett. Sorry. So is it Juice Randle or RJ Barrett? My bad.
Either. It's the same for both.
I've seen Juice Randle being traded. For RJ Barrett, I think that Obi's going to play at the 4, so he's not going to be in RJ Barrett's way. Right. But I'm interested to see how he uses Obi Toppin to improve RJ's game. Is he going to use Obi Toppin as more of a point forward, running pick and rolls with Mitchell Robinson and hit RJ Barrett out in the corner, because obviously they want to improve or take more corner threes, and you know, not say RJ's not a good three-point shooter, at least not yet, but that could be an area where he can improve with more touches. So a guy like Obi, you know, I mean, he could do that. Again, the pick was just not something. I'm trying to. Obviously, tomorrow I'll probably be a lot better. I drank like 4 beers, so I'm just like, I'm not even drunk. I'm just like, ugh. But
there was nothing to stir you. Like this was the last. This draft was probably the least interesting draft in a year of chaos that you have ever seen. Like we legit thought the chaos was going to spill over into the draft, and it didn't.
It's a big ass why. This draft is a big ass why. Like, it's just confusing. Like, people talk about, but Obi is an older. Like, there's so many players, older players, who just do not do well. And it's not because they're old, and obviously a bunch of young players don't do well either. But for guys who are so dominant at smaller schools and who are older, the trajectory, Jay Scrub to the Nets, the trajectory just isn't. You know, the growth, and those guys usually struggle in the NBA, making an NBA. To go there, you have to, replicate your production at a smaller school, and you're older, so maybe your body is filled out at the max. There's not much growth left with regards to your body and your game. Why, Freezy? Why?
So Kodak Vlogs, what do you? So you're saying F these picks, right? But the point of it is if the picks are not important, why do you even make them?
Right.
If the picks aren't important, think about what I'm asking you. If the picks aren't important, why do you make them? If you felt like a guy in this draft would not help you be better, why not package these picks and move into another draft, or trade them for a veteran that would be impactful?
The draft is the easiest and cheapest way for you to refresh your talent pipeline, or not talent pipeline, your talent portfolio, arsenal, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Cheapest, easiest way. It's like, you suck this year, I'm gonna give you a chance to make it better. And you don't have to sign. You don't have to sign guys to exorbitant contracts yet. You don't have to. You can sign a superstar. You can sign a star. You can sign a really good player, a really good role player, a guy who fits a need to a T. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and we've been a show. I mean, we mentioned guys like Naismith, Vassell. We mentioned Kara Lewis. We mentioned Killian Hayes. Guys that when you look at this Knicks team, again, this is not a draft. A lot of guys, talent-wise, are going to be overrated because of lack of games, a lack of exposure. You know what I mean? Get a guy who fits in need and does something really well. We'll work on the other stuff later on. But again, if he fits something really well, take him for this. And you can still lose. But at least there is much more of a clearer path to what you want to do, the type of team you want to run when you get those guys who fit a role. This not. I don't think this was a BPA draft, Teddy Flair and Uncle Freeze. I just don't think it was. I'm not trying to overreact. I'm just a little tired, but Obi just scares me, man. Everything about him just freaking scares me. But we'll see.
I just think he's a scorer. I don't see. I see him as an impact player off the bench right now. Since we still got Julius, I mean, he's bucket straight off the bench.
Right.
And we're gonna get Russell Westbrook. I think that the picks for 2023 is just like filler to get that trade. I think Randall's going because you don't draft the Obi and keep Randall there. Just when you have Mitch for 2 more years, and I think they're higher on Mitch, at least higher than Mitch than Randall. Randall again, he's an expiring contract, so obviously that's really attractive for the Rockets who are on the rebuild. So yeah.
I mean, and Anthony Barker said, "Why do we go ahead and get Russell Westbrook for the New York Knicks?" The thing is, at some point, you have to get a quality, high-level point guard for your franchise, and that some point for us was 2017, right? It's 2020, so we're 3 years past that point, and 4 drafts of opportunity to do it. And guess what? We still hadn't done it. We didn't even draft a point guard in this draft, hoping that he would be the guy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those deals where however you feel about Russell Westbrook, the day he walks in the door as a New York Knick, he's going to be the best point guard to play the position in about 10 years, right? And we can talk about money and age and injury history and all that stuff, but the minute he walks in the door, he's the best point guard we had in forever. And I apologize, Ray Felton. I'm trying to get Ray Felton on the show. I apologize, Ray. But look, hey, the thing is Russell Westbrook is the best point guard option we've seen in a Knicks uniform in a very long time, right? So whether they pay a lot for him or pay a little for him, to me makes no difference at this point, because the draft capital we had, we wasted it as soon as we drafted Emmanuel Quigley.
Wait, Coda, how are we flopping? You could still be in a bad draft and still find value. No one's saying Terrell Terry is a great player. No one's saying or is going to be a great player. But again, he's value when you have a position of need, and he's still talented. Whether we think he's going to be good or not, we don't know. And again, I'm not the highest on him, but you don't waste on picks where, again, you could pick that same guy you picked at 25 at 33. Right? As many guys as you can, and you see what happens. You never know. We had a draft where we had what was it? Was it Kevin Knox? Was it Kevin Knox, Trier, and Mitch?
Yeah,
Mitch and Trier. You taking those guys, and people could have been like, oh, Trier. All 3 of those guys, and I think you have more value with those 2 other guys, even though Trier's not here anymore, than you have with Knox so far. So you just never know. Again, Trier was a surprise, undrafted. Even Mitchell Robinson, people couldn't sit here and say he was going to be as good as he was, even though he's not, he still hasn't really reached a ceiling. He still has a long way to go. But for the production he's provided, 178 blocks in his rookie year, or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. I forgot how many blocks it is.
Right.
But again, that's value for a 2nd round pick. That's value. Even if I don't know, I don't remember the old plays in that draft. Even if you want to say that draft was crappy, that's still value, right? So you got to. Again, I don't know. I think they're tanking for next year, which I think is disgusting. But
I think so too.
And
so the frustrating and not to cut you off, but the most frustrating part of this episode is they could have told us this in March, right? They could have literally said, "Hey, we understand what the market looks like, and we don't think we'll be able to improve the team drastically this year. So what we're going to do is take our assets and load up for the preceding years, knowing that we can get better players, and we'll use this year as a year for the unproven guys to prove it on the court under a new coach, knowing that we have stability now." If they had said that in March, and then we did this on draft night, we would have been, you know what? They've been saying it for months, and I'm okay with it.
It will ruin your strategy. You can't let the other people know what you're doing because
they kind of did already for real when they said they focus on the young players.
Well,
that's different though. That's still not as bad as, yo, guys, we're gonna tank as shit this year. We don't give an F. And again, this team is. I mean, look, I give him praise for basically being relatively opaque with regards to what they do. I mean, there was some news about your boy Quickly. The Knicks have been interested in Quickly, but still, you know, the Knicks have been throwing smoke signals here and there. I thought Obi was smoke signal, but I guess he wasn't. So I guess that's two, Obi and Quickly. There was news about the Knicks wanting those two guys, but you know, they played the field with Vassell, they played the field with who was available, played the field with Kara, who was available, but they didn't take. So the Knicks did a good job in that regards. I'm just not big on those. I'm not big on Obi Toppin, man. I'm sorry. I'm going to root for Obi Toppin. I'm going to be having videos where I'm saying where he can improve. I'm going to be having videos where I'm pointing out the good things he's doing. I'm not one of these guys that I hate on a player because that's childish. If you're a Knicks player, you're a Knicks player. You're
right.
See, I got to tell you from a different perspective. I watched a lot of his games from being in Cincinnati.
Uh-huh.
So seeing him up close and personal, I'm going to tell you, he is going to shock the world. Like, this dude is a straight out dog. Like, I think he's from the A-10 conference, like mid-level. I mean, if they would have been a March Madness, they would have been a number 1 seed in Dayton. Are you kidding me? Dayton Flyers? You'll never hear about them again in the next 30 years.
Hey, hold on, Teddy. Let me do my thing, man. Hey, y'all cover y'all ears. Let me see who this is. Knocking. Hold on. Let me see who this.
Big Freezy, what's up with you, brother?
Oh, look who in
Yeah, Mo, Teddy, what's up? What's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's good, fam?
I only got a couple minutes. I got a couple friends here with me though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I got Tony, Mark, and Evergreen.
Evergreen in the building. What's good, y'all?
Evergreen, what's up, man? Mark,
hey, Tony Crow. Hey, what's good? It's like a family reunion, man.
I mean, I could probably get those guys on the screen over there if you didn't mind.
Yeah, bring them on, man.
Let me see if I can do it. Let me see if I can get it over there. Mark went back to his old days, chilling in the dark. Now, you know what I'm saying. So, I don't know what he's doing. All right, let's see if I can get it over there and you guys be able to see it good enough. Let's see if we can do that.
It's bedtime for your boy.
Oh, you can see him. All right, cool. What's going on, man? Chilling, man. Long night.
Yeah, it's been a long night, man. Hey,
long night.
Your man Legion of Doom did like almost a 6-hour marathon, man. It was like, yo, this kid energy is crazy.
All for naught for that terrible draft. All for naught. It's a trash draft.
We already knew. We already seen you come in the chat and put that in there. I don't think it was terrible.
I don't think it was terrible either.
I don't think it was terrible.
Oh my gosh, Evergreen.
On this side.
Evergreen, come to my aid, man. You know this is a trash draft, bro.
Unfortunately, I'm with them, bro.
Oh my god!
I don't think it was a trash draft, man.
Listen. We all came to the agreement a couple days ago that if Toppin was there, you have to take him, right? Like we came to that agreement. Trust me, I was, and I still go down and saying this. I was the first dude that said, "Yo, that kid Devin Vassell is the guy." And then a lot of other people jumped on board after they started really watching the kid. So in reality, my heart of hearts, I wanted Devin Vassell. But if we talk about what we're looking at doing with these one-on-one deals and moving Randall and moving Portis, it only made sense to pick up Toppin and have the younger dude, as well as, you know, still, you know, not trying to flood in with what RJ's got going on. I get it, Devin Vassell, but he's playing the 3 and the 2.
Hold up. Vassell plays, well, he played the 2 more so at FSU. Vassell played over RJ Barrett, a guy who was more of a shooter would play the defense, right? He would complement RJ Barrett, who's more of a slasher, and a guy who would have to improve his shooting. They make him take a lot more corner threes, right? That's what Tom Thibodeau wants to do. He complements Vassell more than Obi Toppin, and I think that they're trying to push trade Randall. Again, these picks trade Randall. They're going to trade him to the Rockets, right? For Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, that's obvious. That's
probably most likely. That's most likely what's going to happen.
If you're talking about shooting more corner threes, who on this team has the best
they're trying to push
point jump shot in the team right now? And that's Frank. Frank is going to be that guy at the corner. I'm just being real, man. Frank's the guy that's going to be sitting in the corner at the 2. Frank's the guy in the corner at the 2.
Frank is not a 2, man. Your off guard has to also be able to shoot the ball on other parts of the court. Frank is just not
what you said, brother. I agree with you. We're as a secondary ball handler, right? If we run Frank as a secondary ball handler, and whoever we have at the 1 is, you know, our primary starter, whether it's DSJ, whether it's quickly coming off, whatever the case may be, whether we get a veteran point guard, you know, depending on what happens, that moves our wings to Frank and RJ. It only makes sense on a defensive scheme, right? And then when you run Obi Toppin with that lineup, you get to hide his defensive deficiencies, and you get to run. You get Mitchell Robinson is going to hide Obi Toppin's.
No, he won't. Mitchell Robinson has problems guarding his own man now. You want to put extra pressure on Mitchell Robinson.
Talking about the guard. Mitchell Robinson get the most of his defensive stops.
Well, the weak
side in the paint, or is it in the wing?
Right, but hold up, but again.
So he's hiding he's hiding that ball rotation for Toppin, bro.
The weak side defense comes from a position where if you can guard it, obviously they're weak side defenders that if you just bring your man over, they're high level defenders like that, right? Guys like Gobert or whatever, right? But Mitch ain't that. Mitch has an issue drawing fouls. I think that if you have a guy, right, if a guy like Obi Toppin who's gonna be guarding teams' best, you know, 4s, maybe 3s on some nights, if that guy has an easy way to get past Obi Toppin, now Mitch Robinson has to pick up that slack. And Mitch Robinson's not that defender yet where you're comfortable with him not racking up a bunch of fouls, and by the 3rd quarter, he has his 4th foul, and you can't play him for big minutes, and they're just going to keep abusing Obi Toppin to the basket. You give me a Devin Vassell who's going to guard your 2s, 3s, maybe even your 1s. Make it hard for them to get past him. If they do, it's 2 seconds left on the clock, maybe 3 seconds left on the clock, and they have a behemoth like Mitchell Robinson ready to block that crap out of the shot, and they can't get a proper shot off. Obi Toppin does nothing defensively for the team. Doesn't compliment. No.
So is Devin Vassell a better defender right now than Frank Ntilikina?
Absolutely not.
Silence.
No.
So this is my point. When you're allowing Frank to be the secondary ball handler, and you let Frank run the 2, and you move RJ to the 3, right? You're allowing those are your quick wings right there.
Hold up.
You put Toppin on your weak side. He's already a weak player.
Well, hold up. But to your point, you try to see. You think you're slick, Evergreen. You're not slick, bro. I love you, man. You're not slick. You just try to say is Frank Vassell a better defender than Frank? I don't know. I ain't gonna say that. But is Vassell a better scorer than Frank?
Yes.
And Vassell, is Vassell a better scorer than Frank?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yes.
And Vassell, Frank nor Vassell have advanced dribbling skills. Now, Frank is obviously a better dribbler, but it's not as if Frank's dribbling is, you know, Rod Strickland versus Vassell's, right? So if you're running a lot of pick and roll stuff, right? Obviously, there's going to be space, right? And if you, I'm not saying Vassell's going to be a great ball handler. He can do the bare minimum, right? You set a pick and roll for him. He's a smart player, right? He can throw the lobs. He can make the proper passes, make the cross country passes, right? A lot more of an offensive threat than Frank in any set you call. And the defense, I'm sorry. Say what you want. The only reason why we're saying Vassell's not a better defender than Frank because Vassell hasn't done it on the NBA level. But when you're bread and butter, right, you come from a pedigree that Leonard Hamilton had at FSU. When you play with that type of defense, obviously they had some good defenders on that team. But when you're the best defender, that you generate the highest rebounds on that team, probably the best weak side defender, you got to give some slack to that going into the NBA. So you give me higher upside on offense, right? I already have a higher floor with Vassell on offense, right? He's probably been more NBA ready than Frank coming into the NBA from college or overseas. And the defense is already. And I'm assuming a guy who's 6'7" with like a 7-foot wingspan, what the hell Vassell has, right? That he'd be able to play good defense because he's done it at a decent level in college. You tell me that's not better than Frank. We're talking about hoping Frank takes what he does in the corner, which I think shots like near above 30, high in the 30s or maybe 40%.
No, Frank shot. From
the corner.
Yeah, from the corner. I mean, but you're still assuming that. You know, I mean, just like you're hoping that Frank is going to be able to do something, you're hoping that Vassell is going to come into the NBA and guard like he did in college. You are going from college to the NBA.
But,
just like you're hoping that Obi Toppin is going to go to the. Just like you're hoping that Obi Toppin is going to go to the NBA and be able to, you know, have good production in the NBA. Still, you don't know. I mean, Vassell might come in the NBA and get ate up. You don't know.
Oh, and by the way,
I'm gonna just say this. So we think Devin Vassell is gonna come into the NBA and get ate up early as a defender, right? That's what we assume right now because defenders don't just jump into the NBA and lock down excellent wing scorers, right?
Frank did his rookie year.
But what I'm saying is we expect that early, but we also expect him to progress into a great defender as his career progresses. Like halfway through his rookie season, we'll probably expect Devin Vassell to be a decent defender in the NBA, right? I mean, it's just a transition period. It happens. We can't expect a guy to come in and lock down guys from day one. Right?
Right. I mean, I think we have to look. I think we have to see the way the rest of this team shakes out. Right, because like I was explaining before, I mean, we don't know what they have in store. I mean, I think Russell Westbrook or something like that is probably on the table at least, right? Because you're not going to have Randall and Obi Toppin there. Obi Toppin is going to create a totally different flow to the offense than with having Randall there, right? From the way that he plays, that's going to be a total different flow to the offense. And like I was saying, you're not going to have all of your guys that are straight up all defensive dogs out there. There's going to be one or two guys that is out there for offense. So let's see how they fill out the rest of the team.
Right. Sam, they value Frank that much, bro. I'm telling you, he ain't going nowhere, bro.
They value who?
They value Frank that much, man. Like the organization, they love that kid.
I mean,
I don't see him going.
No, I mean, I agree. They probably do. I'm just saying, see how they fill out the rest of the team around these guys and, you know, with other defenders. And
let me make a couple quick points.
Yo, Ammo, let me make a question.
Look up to you, Freezy and Guillermo. But check this out. Toppin, you're not gonna find Toppin the things Toppin provides. You're not going to find that easily throughout the league, right? He has like Zion type athleticism. He has a formidable jump shot, a good rebound, good rim runner. If he could develop a defensive type of game like a Paul Millsap, where he's not relying on his athleticism, but just getting in front of people and getting into the right spot, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine with Tibbs. But here's why I was willing to go forget about Devin Vassell, because number one, he's gonna have a learning curve Toppin's probably
Big.
one of the fewest guys that has the smallest learning curve. He's gonna come in and produce. But is Vassell a better defender or shooter than Reggie Bullock right now? Probably not. We have him under contract. We have the opportunity to bring a guy like Dotson back, who, again, I don't think Vassell's a better defender or shooter right now than Dotson. So I'd rather go with those two guys who already have familiarity with the team, or already proved a little bit of what they can do in the league. More Dotson a little bit. Bullock, we know what he can do. And go with Toppin, who's a guy who's harder to find somewhere down the line.
Well, the learning curve thing doesn't make sense. I think you have it backwards because a guy like Vassell, because he played, he had more of a, I guess you call it a defined role at FSU where he was more of a perimeter shooter, played in a system where he was utilized to use his length and athleticism to defend, versus a guy like Obi Toppin, who at Dayton was a man, had the ball in his hand a lot. He's going to come into the NBA where that may not be replicated as easily. So it'd be the other way around. Obi Toppin has a higher learning curve than Vassell, who can come in, and even if he's not a great defender, they're going to use his length. They're going to utilize his athleticism to harass guards versus Obi. I mean, and I'm just talking about the bare minimum. I'm talking about Vassell doesn't even score well his first year versus Obi Toppin. His main way of scoring, if he can't have the ball in his hand, if he can't kind of play that point forward role, he may struggle coming in as more of a role player in offense. And obviously defensively, naturally he has hips, he has a heavy, a top heavy frame. I'm not saying in a bad way, it's just naturally he has like a top heavy frame. He's gonna have and also he's 23 too, right? And he's been playing the way he has been playing in terms of how they use him at Dayton. He has a way higher learning curve than someone who has a defined role at FSU. So, look, and guys, get this. I am Obi Toppin's on the team. I am supporting Obi Toppin because he's a Knicks player. So I'm not one of these people like, oh, I hope he does. Like, why would I? I'm not saying you guys accuse me. I'm just saying I'm not one of these people gonna wish he does bad because I don't like him. I'm looking at it as a glass half full. But at least for tonight, I'm gonna lament and be pissed about it because my guy was there. And he's going to go to the Spurs, Vassell. It may not be his rookie year or whatever, but he is going to eat in that system, especially if you have Murray coming back.
Yeah, look at it like this. Look at it like this.
Do you think he would start over either one of those guys, though, Dotson or Bullock?
Say one more. Us to resign Dotson or Bullock?
No, do you think he would start over either one of those two guys?
Vassell?
Yeah.
He start over Dot. You might even start over Bullock.
Over Bullock.
If you're talking about defense, you're talking about a guy in Tom Thibodeau who values defense. And if you get a guy, look, even if the guy fits a role offensively, right? Tom Thibodeau wants to shoot more corner threes. Why not have a guy who can do that or might have the ability to do that? And it's shown that he has the ability to do that, at least in college, and can play defense, where you're going to get a bunch of easy baskets with Devin Vassell playing the passing lanes. Dotson and Bullock, as good as they are, aren't the defensive guys. Even cut them out. I know college is different, whatever, but Vassell projects even to have a higher ceiling defensively than those guys do now. So I think that if Vassell came in, even if he wasn't able to score at a high clip or whatever, if he was able to come in, hit 1 or 2 threes a game and defend at a high level, harass other teams' best guards, he's easily starting over those guys.
I look at it like this, Guillermo, and this is I kind of mentioned this earlier when we on MBK when we were talking about like the concept of building around RJ, right? And the way I rationalize us picking Obi Toppin over Devin Vassell is like RJ Barrett. We know he doesn't have the jump shot that we would want him to have right now.
Evergreen, come on, man. That's an old narrative. We keep saying that.
Hold on,
We look at a bottom line number and assume and project the future. We can't look at a bottom line number.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What you can look at, though, is RJ Barrett's splits. When RJ Barrett was healthy, he was a decent 3-point shooter at about 33%. right? 1 month he
I
was
agree.
40,
I'm
1 month he was
not talking about
33.
that.
He had a high ankle sprain and came back and shot in the 20s, and y'all kill him for it because the dude played through injury. Because the dude played through injury, you kill him for it. When he got healthy towards the end of the season, he started balling again, and we swept that under the rug. You can't just assume that a guy is overall a bad shooter because he had a bad stretch playing through injury.
I didn't say that, Freezy. I didn't say that.
But what I'm saying is this narrative that R.J. Barrett is going to be a bad shooter for his career.
I'm gonna let you guys go ahead, man.
Freezy, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about RJ's best skill set right now is his ability to get into the paint and bruise his way into the paint and score and get to the line. Will we agree with that? Could we agree? Is that an agreeable? I'm
saying I can see your point there. I can go with you.
You know, he makes the majority of his points around the mid range, and his ability to draw contact is top notch. Would we agree with that?
Right.
Yes or no?
I agree with you.
Yo, the Prince Bud is in the building. What's up, Prince?
Then we know
buttons.
Randall and leave Randall in the paint with Julius Randle. I mean, with RJ Barrett, that the paint is clogged and RJ doesn't have enough room to work. But if you move Randall out of the way and you put in a guy like Obi Toppin, who has the same ability to operate around the 3-point line and the high mid range, your 14-footers, you add a little bit more space for RJ Barrett to be able to work and maneuver, as opposed to having another 3-point shooter at the 2, which is where we would want a 3-point shooter to be at, right? That's where we expect for our guards to score from. But when
hold on. Why wouldn't you hold on? That doesn't make any sense. If you have a guy like Obi
positioning on the floor for him to score. I agree with Freezy. I agree with you that RJ Barrett's shooting had gotten a lot better after the second half of the season. I'm there with you. But what I'm talking about is RJ Barrett's primary ability to score comes from him driving and slashing into the paint with or without the ball. And when you have Randall sitting in the paint clogging it up, RJ Barrett is not as productive as he really could be. But if you swap Randall out with a guy like Obi Toppin, who has the ability to shoot in the mid-range, that changes everything for RJ Barrett's game.
Wait, so hold on. Evergreen. You just
are we even still on the line right now?
I think Freezy gone.
Yeah, we're online. But
I'm good.
I didn't want to cut you off, so
I figured we weren't.
We are.
He ain't cutting one time.
I was waiting on Mark to say something. Who's Mark at?
Got so many words.
You never do. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
but Evergreen, you have more space with a natural 3-point shooter. Like a guy who actually going to be used as a 3-point. You said Obi though, like so
and I'm like, yo, I agree with you. No, but what I'm saying was, yo, bro, I'm agreeing with you. I'm trying to agree with you right now. Just let me. Everybody's got this false narrative, and even now, being that he's off, the next time I talk to him, I gotta explain to him like, yo, bro, we were agreeing. We were agreeing with each other.
Yeah. So who's Mark jumped off?
Yeah, it's been fun, man.
I don't think they can hear us.
I gotta be working early, so I'm out of here.
No doubt.
Right,
He's never great.
Yeah. Nah, Sim gone.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear us.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear us, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I can hear y'all.
No, Tony Crow.
They dipped out, man. So
I don't get it, man. The points don't make any sense. If you have a forward who also plays down low, whatever, and he can play outside versus a guy who mostly plays outside. That guy's going to be a better complement to a slasher like RJ, right? I think what we're doing with Obi Toppin is that we're trying to make every excuse, and like people are saying, "Oh, this guy projects. He doesn't project." I'm like, are we really comparing Devin Vassell to Frank Ntilikina shooting? Like then what's the point of drafting a player if we might just sign veterans? Give them every first round draft we get and just sign veterans.
Right.
If we don't that guy. Like, come on.
I got a legit question for y'all.
Than Frank. We're talking about Frank's corner threes versus Vassell's threes all over the field, and also shooting all over the court. Frank's mid range. If I look at Frank's, what's the name? His shot chart in the mid range. It ain't like Vassell's. Let's be honest. This is what I don't like. We just literally said we're projecting with RJ. I mean, we're projecting with Vassell, but we're projecting with Frank Ntilikina to become this really good 3-point shooter for the team. So what is it? Frank Ntilikina ain't a good scorer like that, and I like Frank Ntilikina. And look, the corner three stuff is good, but for me to sit here and say a guy like Vassell, who is a natural 3-point shooter, I'd rather have Frank. Would any of you guys rather have Frank over Vassell?
No.
Let me ask you something.
Come on, shoot those guys my way. That's I got love for them. I'm listening.
Now that we got the draft over with. Trades is coming up. Who's the core that we keep now?
That's a tough question. I'm gonna defer to Joe on that, and just to give me some time to think. And the reason why, man, is because after seeing us do 2 trades just to end up with Emmanuel Quigley, I'm confused to what the organization is doing.
I think he's just a piece to another trade.
Oh, okay. I think Emmanuel Quigley, I would have took him, but I would have took him in the second round. The guy can shoot, and he's very good, but I wouldn't have took him at 25 or even anywhere in the first round. I think what we should have done was took Tyrell Terry at 25, kept 33, and take Quigley.
I get it.
The Obi pick, I'm happy with it because it was best available, but at the same time, we need a point guard, so that's what makes me think is. We're definitely going after Westbrook or trying to. Or the sign of Van Vliet. One of the
I'm asking though. Since the draft is over with, who is our core pieces? Obviously we're going to trade some of these pieces. So
we're going to trade around. We're going to trade Randall and expiring contracts. I think Frank will stay because he's a Tibbs guy, plays defense. And Knox, because they brought in Kenny Payne, they're going to try Knox for a year. That's what I think they're going to do. But the thing, too, is to get Westbrook, you're going to have to put one of them in the deal. That, or you have to put picks in the deal. Which
that's a free agent.
Huh? Let me say something. Hey, so let me say something real quick, y'all. So for the first time ever, we got like 50 people on the joint at one time. So salute to all my people that come, to everybody in the chat. We appreciate y'all. This is not about one person, y'all. This right here is a community. Knicks at Night podcast is a community of Knicks fans that want to get on and talk about all the stuff that's happening or whatever. And right now we got like 52 people in here. So this is a milestone event for us. We never had a crowd this big here this late at night, yo. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all subscribe to the channel. Like the video so that the YouTube algorithm can pick up or put us out there more, so more Knicks fans like y'all can find us. Because it's Knicks fans, believe it or not, it's Knicks fans just like y'all out there on YouTube searching for stuff like this, and they can't find it. But the more y'all like the video and the more y'all subscribe to the channel, the more we'll be able to reach out to those people that's looking for real hardcore Knicks stuff. So go ahead and hit those buttons, and we appreciate y'all. We're going to continue to chop it up, but I just want to throw it out there, man. Y'all deserve a round of applause for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are growing this channel like wildfire, and this is not my channel. This y'all channel. We make this for y'all. So I appreciate the fact that everybody came in. Now we're going to get back to it. Hey, go ahead, Teddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we're setting the team to be a more fast-paced team too. I think that slow pace stuff is out the window. We have an Obi, Mitch. What's up, Ralph? Having Obi, Mitch, RJ. I mean, it just feels like if we have a point guard that can catch the rebound and just immediately go into transition, I think we got the team for it now.
Yeah, Obi's very good in transition. The only thing I'm worried about is his defense. But I think in a Tom Thibodeau system, he might be able to at least hide it. But the one thing I'm thinking about is when we get to the playoffs, he's going to be targeted. If we have a playoff team and he's our 4, teams are going to target him.
But you legit just said when we get to the playoffs.
I'm just saying. No, but I'm
when
saying
we get to the playoffs, we'll deal with that.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is down the line, because I'm presuming Obi's going to be here for a while. So
Right.
if we do build a playoff team, that's the one thing I'm worried about. But I think I like the pick because it's a stretch 4, and instead of going spending 15 million on a stretch 4, we get one in the draft, and then I think he's going to be very good offensively. I have no problems with him, so I'm happy with that pick. The Quigley pick, I wouldn't have took it at 25. I would have took it in the second round. But what the argument is about the core pieces, I think Randall's good as gone because I don't see him playing. And I don't see them giving him $18 million to come off the bench, and then I don't see them having Obi on the bench. So Randall's good as gone. The expiring contracts is gone, and I think if any of the two of the young core that's gone, I think it'll be Knox. I think Frank is a Tibbs guy. He likes playing defense, so I don't know. I could see Randall, Knox, and expiring deals going in a
Yo, Ralph Unreal is in the building. What's up, Ralph Unreal? What's good with you? What's good? Ralph Unreal is one of the day ones that showed it when we first started doing Knicks content on YouTube. He like one of the real ones from back in the day, all the way back like 5 years ago.
Man,
hey, shout out to Ralph Unreal. Hey, and the dude you talking about is Ignaz Brasdakis. Is the cat you're talking about?
I think they need to give him minutes.
I think he's going to get
minutes. Yeah, you need to bring him up and give minutes. I wouldn't go crazy on free agency. If anywhere I'm going to be trading for Westbrook and then getting... See, I don't know. Are they going to start with Quigley or is he going to come off the bench?
No, he's not starting.
Off the bench.
Emmanuel Quigley starting? No.
Oh, no. He's not starting. No.
No, he won't start the first year anyway. Yeah, he'll come off.
No, he ain't start. He might not ever start. He might be just a piece to the puzzle. If he does come in and shows potential as a starter, then the front office hit a home run, and the fans don't know what we're talking about. But if he just comes in and is a role player, then he's exactly what both sides think he is capable of.
Yeah, but getting a role player that can come off the bench and hit threes is not bad at 25. I just think that they should have just got him at 33 and took Tyrell Terry. But
and with our free agency, who's our starting 5 right now?
Well, the team we have now, I don't know. All I know is you're going to have RJ at the 3, Obi at the 4, Mitch at the 5. I don't know what the backcourt's going to be.
I don't think Obi starts.
Obi has
to start, man. Hell no.
No, Randall's gone. Randall will be here.
Start. Everybody's talking about all this stuff with Obi. Obi better be starting, bro.
Yeah,
they're starting Obi.
Salute to everybody I do, but he said Tony said he had a lower learning curve, which no, he doesn't. Draft this guy at this position. You took him.
You took him. Yeah, 8 overall. You have to start him.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I have a take that I said on Legion of Knicks. I'm going to bring it here. Obi is the Zion that we wanted last year.
No, he's not. Obi's not Zion, bro.
Obi's not Zion. He can hit threes. Zion.
I'm going to say it again. Everything Zion can do, Obi can do.
No, you can't.
No, not Obi. Zion can pass. He's a great passer.
Yeah, so can Obi.
I don't think he's Zion.
Obi can pass.
Obi can pass.
Zion went to Duke.
Like Obi to me is the full package on offense. He's the full package on offense.
Zion is a physical freak and also what's underrated, his footwork down low is underrated. People don't talk about because they just look at power and look at exposure.
Who's Zion?
Zion. Yeah. Zion's work down low near the cup is pretty damn good for a rookie or whatever you want to call him, a 2 year vet, whatever you want to call him, right? So again, that's not Obi Toppin. Also, Obi Toppin is flipping the hips. When healthy, Zion isn't, right? Zion can play defense.
Yo, Jay Dills is in the building. What's up, Ty Champ?
I think some of Obi's offensive work that needs help. Kenny Payne would be good for that because Kenny Payne did. He helped with Cat. He helped with Anthony Davis. So I think he'd be able to fix some of Obi's flaws on offense, with his hips and his footwork. But I think just Obi's the full package offensively. It's just his defense I am worried about. But if they wouldn't, I don't think Tibbs would have took him at 8 if they thought that they couldn't work with his defense. Tibbs, he's something that he could probably work with.
Oh,
But
we hope.
Huh?
No, I'm saying we hope. We
Yeah.
Because everybody, people, I literally just had a discussion where we're comparing Frank's offense to Vassell, and we're saying that Frank can do it better than Vassell because he's done it in the league, which he's only done it in one position, which is the corner.
Come on,
right?
man.
Nah, he's not better than Vassell.
See, God, you weren't here, God.
Sorry.
No, I'm no. I'm coming at you because you weren't here to back me up. I had to sit here and argue that Frank, that whether who's better, Frank or Vassell.
No way.
No, Vassell is better because
Vassell
can hit.
We're talking about
Vassell can hit the three.
Frank's defense was only top like that his rookie year, where he was the number one guard against a pick and roll. And we're saying, Vassell won't be able to do it in the NBA, blah blah. But Frank was a good defender his second year. I mean, he got hurt, but and I'm not saying Vassell's even better than him, but we're seriously gonna sit here and say that Frank is better than Vassell.
It's crazy.
If you took Frank's production, right, and you put that in college, and you said that he's getting drafted this year, and you took Vassell's production already in college, and you took that this year, who's getting drafted higher?
Probably Vassell.
And Vassell, again, D-Chan, you didn't watch Vassell. I literally did a whole video on Vassell. I'm not saying that Vassell is the most adept at dribbling the ball, but the pick and roll, he's good. He can play in the pick and roll where he can get it to the big man. I've did a video and I watched the video. Again, he is not the greatest or adept at dribbling, right? Or like this guy's gonna catch guards on his hip and drag all that stuff. He's not a Chris Paul, but he's not a zero at the pick and roll. Let's not.
Here's another thing about Frank too, is that Frank for 20 minutes and to struggle to average and being in the league for 3 seasons, to struggle to average 1 steal per game, that's not good. He don't even know how to work the rest. Anybody coming out of college is going to know how to get more steals. And Frank, look, I give credit to Frank's effort. That's what's being shown a lot. His effort is shown heavy. I give credit on that. But
yeah, he tries to play hard. He tries to play hard.
And hopefully, with Tibbs, Tibbs can teach him how to capitalize and get steals, more steals in games, because that's when you're a real disruptor. Right now, he just stays in front of his defender and shows good effort and is good on the pick and roll. But if you're not grabbing those steals, then you're just staying in front of the guy.
See, my analysis of all this is, I think we're literally leading to us having 1 year to get the system down packed with the young guys, figuring out who we're going to keep. I think they're just literally, this is like a year of figuring out who we're going to keep, who's going to be really part of the system, and we're going to go all in this year, but we know we're not going to be that good. And then next year, we may get a vet or two in free agency, but we're focused on the young guys for real, like they said.
Yeah.
And
I'm with you, but I want to defend Guillermo on this one, because had we drafted Vassell, Guillermo's 100% right. Right now, Vassell coming out of college with Tibbs, he would be averaging more steals in 20 minutes than Frank.
And we would take Vassell over Obi.
He could defend on top of that.
I just want to hear this. Y'all want to take Vassell over Obi?
Let me get the chat involved real quick right here. So Kodak Vlogs asked me and Guillermo straight up, like, do we hate the player Emmanuel Quickly, or do we hate the draft pick Emmanuel Quickly?
The draft.
The draft.
Guillermo first.
Yeah, it's literally because we did this because of the Kentucky connection. You could have had Quickly at 33 and drafted a player at 25. You could. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but value is value. If the guy comes out good, then obviously, wow, we got big value for him. You could have drafted a guard like Terrell Terry, right?
Well, hold
on, man. Let him finish.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
We talk about spacing, all that stuff, and Terrell Terry, obviously, you use a lot of pick and roll and all that stuff. But we talk about guys where we want more shooting, more corner shooting. He fits that to a T. Frank doesn't do that. I know, except from the corner, from one stat. Frank doesn't do that like that all over the floor. DSJ damn sure doesn't do that compared to these other guys. So Quickly, I don't hate the Quickly pick. Him himself, I think it'd be good for us, but the pick was terrible. Or the pick was terrible.
All right, and so for me to go ahead and answer what the chatter said, I don't hate Emmanuel Quickly, the player. I just think we drafted him in the wrong spot. So the mock drafts had him going 43, right? And we drafted him 25. Yeah. So my point was while I value 3 and D players, right? I feel like you should get them for accurate value. I don't think you should like. I don't think you should reach, right? Like I'll give you an example. I felt like at the beginning of the draft, I felt like the Knicks were about to reach for Obi Toppin. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it, a deal was not able to be done where the Knicks can trade up and get Obi Toppin. And guess what happened?
He
We
fell.
drafted him in the same spot that we were assigned to, right? It was the thing with Emmanuel quickly is I felt like we could have got him somewhere between 35 and 40, but we drafted him at 25. We actually traded back, acquired more draft picks, and then drafted Emmanuel quickly, which was more concerning and disappointing to me. So I agree with y'all for the most part of what y'all saying about the draft. I just felt like later on in the draft, we made a cluster F of it by drafting Quigley at 25 and playing on a second round pick.
You never know what quickly could turn out to be. We could be saying this in a year or two, saying, "Oh, Jamal was a good pick," but from now, it's not. It's I like quickly, but just not in that position. We should have took Tyrell Terry.
But unfortunately, our reactions are only done in real time. Like we don't post our we don't project our emotional reactions to the future. We do it in real time. So when we saw it happen, we were our reactions were, what the hell is the front office doing, right? So for some Knicks fans look at it as if other Knicks fans are hating it. That's not what it is. The thing is we knew we legit had glaring needs on our roster, and we felt like we dodged those with Terrell Terry on the board, with Zeke Naji on the board, with Tyler Bay on the board, with Desmond Bain on the board. You know what I'm saying? We took, instead of taking those guys that we felt like would be better for us, we traded around, fumbled, and wound up with Emmanuel quickly and putting the second round pick ahead 3 years.
And I think we're going to look back at this Emmanuel pick in a couple of years and be like, okay, we really got a spot-up shooter. You know what I mean? A legit spot-up shooter.
Well said.
Yeah. No, he can shoot off the dribble. He can shoot off the step back, too. He's not just a spot-up shooter.
Right.
A legit.
So why couldn't you? Okay, you got Emmanuel quickly, right? I think the Kentucky connection is a lot of the reason why we got him where we got him.
There was a Kenny Payne pick.
Right. But you could have got, and this is where that type of stuff is a little dangerous because I think Desmond Bain was probably better value, right? Desmond Bain wasn't picked at 25 yet, right?
I didn't like Desmond Bain for some reason. He can shoot, but to me, he's not ever going to be a starter or an impact. He can be just a role player. Quickly, I think to me,
what's quickly going to be a 6'3" shooting guard?
You can have look. Yeah. He could start eventually if he's good. Look at Mitchell. Look at Donovan Mitchell. He's a 6'2" shooting guard.
Donovan Mitchell is, bro. Do not compare Donovan Mitchell.
That's an outlier. You're talking about the most athletic dude in the league.
Thank you. He doesn't even have. He does not have nearly the athleticism. Okay. There's a difference. Just because I'm not talking about Emmanuel quickly. Not saying he's stiff, or whatever. He plays well off ball. He is not the athlete that Donovan Mitchell is.
No. What I'm saying is I'm comparing by height.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you don't have the quick twitch muscle and the speed exposure, it doesn't matter. The height, it's a.
You know what? You know he may be though. He may be one of them guys that you can never leave him open. Like
that's not, no, you know what it could be. I'll put his impact. Well, no, I can't put his impact like this. But he can be one of those type of guys. But you're talking about a starter. I'm not sure at 6'3", a guy who plays fairly linearly, right, in his game. Again, when I'm talking about 6'3", right, we're talking about guys like Donovan Mitchell, 6'2", whatever, right. Scorers who could put in bunches, who could start, but they didn't, for whatever reason. Guys like Ben Gordon when he was on the Bulls, he was a 6'3" guy who'll come in second half of a game, give you 24, 30 points a game because he was a scorer, a B scorer, compact, everything. Came from Connecticut winning program, whatever. Quickly is not that type of player. You'd be a very good role player. Yeah. That 6'3" may limit him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he'd be good. I actually don't. I like the player. I covered him months or weeks ago, whatever we did on the sports Sunday. I like him, but it's just where you picked him was not smart because you can have him later on and pick somebody else you need. That's it.
Let me give you a hypothetical. What if he hits a minimum of 3 threes a game? A minimum. Like he just that sniper that comes in. Like he
and I love that. But again, when we talk about starting, I just don't see him.
Oh no, we're not talking about starting. But
right. I think he could possibly start.
You never know if he's able to come in and drop 2 and 3 threes a game, and then get to the line because he shoots over 90% from the line, and 43% of 6 attempts a game from
Kodak
3.
Blogs. No one. Okay, can I say something to Kodak Blogs again? No one's saying. I've said time and time again, Terrell Terry might be a bust or whatever, right? I'm not high on him, but again, value is value. There are guys that have been picked in drafts that I wasn't high on, but they got value out of them. It was like, okay, this guy's actually solid. You're talking about a position that there's a dearth at that position. We need point guards.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have in a guy in Terrell Terry, I'm not even the biggest fan of him, right? But I'm just saying, I might not be the biggest fan of him. But if Tom Thibodeau, whatever, can make or could develop or whatever to a point guard, right? Maybe there's something. Even a guy like Maxey, I'm not the biggest fan of Maxey. If Maxey came out of Knicks and developed, obviously I'm gonna be like, hey, I was wrong, but I'm happy we got him. Right?
Yeah, Sixers got a steal.
This is like an end-all be-all. This is just our opinions, but again, everyone comes and there's value to him, and he's better than what was expected. It's like, okay, obviously they sold something in. There's a need there, and they developed him. Unless we're going to trade for Westbrook, which I think is going to happen, we have a need at point guard. Even with Westbrook there, we still have a need at point guard behind him.
Yeah, you need someone to sit behind him for 3 years. But I figured out we weren't drafting a point guard because Tibbs doesn't play rookie point guards.
I think we have some plan already for the point guard and for years. I will say this like devil's advocate. This draft was so terrible. Let's just put that out there right now. This draft was terrible. And then I'm gonna say this: the
draft wasn't terrible.
It was terrible.
The Obi pick was good.
So this
thank you.
What? You have a guy who was projected to go in the top 5 and he fell to you at 8.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the draft overall.
The draft class. You mean?
Yeah, the class.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Class. About that. Yeah,
the class. Okay.
But like I'm saying though, if we're just looking for a shooter, and these guys' eyes, they're probably just seeing it like, oh, we need a 3-point shooter. They grabbed the best 3-point shooter that they knew. Unfortunately, it's from a dude from Kentucky because King Payne coached him. He's like, look, this dude's he's a killer. Can't nobody leave him open. We're gonna draft this dude, and then that's why R.J. Hampton was sitting there salty, like, damn, they kind of called me, let me know this.
Oh man, what
happened? You know what I mean? Trust me.
Crewhead, are you new? Is Crewhead new? I'm not used to seeing his name here, Crewhead. Hey, shout out to Crewhead for coming through. Yeah, I mean, want to shout out all the people that I see and come back or whatever. That's part of the family. Crewhead, if you knew, hey man, don't be put off by the way we talk to each other. It's all love in here. We don't talk at each other though. We do be snappy and crusty, even in the chat, but it's all love though. So yeah, so y'all new to the chat and this format right here. Don't just think it's a whole bunch of old men arguing about nothing. It's just how we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, quickly could turn out and be like Tyler Hero. No one thought Tyler Hero was going to be that type of player. They just thought he was a spot-up shooter. Same as we were thinking quickly. So we never know what these Kentucky guys every year seem to surprise.
Man, so Joe, you got a good take.
Tyler Hero benefited big time from a guy in Jimmy Butler. Jimmy
Butler
wasn't there. Tyler Hero would be probably more like a spot-up shooter with the Heat. Let's be honest. Again, he's an extreme example. Booker, you can't compare.
You can't compare Booker. Booker had better shoot. It was a better player coming out of college and quickly.
But again, look, Obi is here, so I'm not hating. I'm just, we just going over the draft.
I love Obi.
I'm not gonna be one of these guys that's gonna be cheering for Obi to fail to say I told you so. That's like the dumbest.
No, you're a Knicks fan. You're a Knicks fan. You want him to do well.
I'm just gonna cringe every time I see somebody, do literally one simple crossover, and it takes like Obi 5 seconds to react to it. I'm just gonna cringe like. Oh,
but you know what though? I will say y'all not giving him enough credit. But when I watched him play in Dayton, I actually watched him play live. So it's. What you're saying about the defense is he was the only man on the team, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So how bad do you think his defense is? It really ain't that bad. If you
no, defense is bad, man.
It is bad. It is bad, but it can be fixed.
No. You know,
Hey, so somebody in the chat just hit up with a dope question, right? So from one Nick to another, just ask everybody, do y'all have any undrafted targets?
That's true. That's true. There might be a couple of guys undrafted. I have to look.
Do y'all feel like the Knicks are going to eat in this undrafted free agent market?
Who's that dude from Gonzaga? Who's the dude from Gonzaga?
Killian Tilly. He went undrafted. No one picked him up.
Killian Tilly might be.
Did Grant Riller get picked up?
Grant Riller got picked up, I think, by Jesus. The Sixers done well tonight.
The Nets.
What about Trey Jones? Where Trey Jones went?
Trey Jones went to.
It don't even matter.
He went somewhere.
No, he went to Brooklyn in the second round.
I thought Jay Scrub went to Brooklyn. Well, they may have.
No, Brooklyn had 2 second-round picks.
Where Cassius Stanley went?
Cassius Stanley went in the 40s. I'm surprised where he dropped.
Hey, you know what we should do? We should draft the top leading scorer in the D2 division.
Oh, was it? Did you ever see that Marcus Howard, the little guy out of Marquette? He was hitting 44% with 9 attempts a game from 3. He went undrafted, but he's only 5'11". I bring him and throw him in the G League and see what he can do. We have
Peters. We have who's the other dude that came from?
Hey, Peters is lightweight, man.
Peter's gone. Peter's gone. They never picked up his option.
Oh wow!
He's gone.
Freezy, I got a question. Is it possible we can have a screenshot of the NBA draft?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, like
there was a lot of changes, a lot of trades. Like when I seen that Balmero trade, I thought I was going to lose it.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out why the hell we traded the 23 to do that whole.
More assets. We assets.
Me off.
What they did, Ian Bagley said they traded up to 23, thinking that Obi was going to go to Cleveland, so they were going to trade that, and then when Obi fell to 8, they traded back.
Look, I kind of get it. I think it is possible that Emmanuel Quickly was possibly a part of the plans, either Maxey or Quickly.
Yeah, but it should have been in the second round.
I'm gonna say this: I'm going to be surprised if Maxey, Quickly, or Higgins was part of the plan, like one of those 3. Okay, maybe they just said the Leon Rose, they all in pain, and Perry said we're gonna take one of these 3, whichever is the best, or whichever is the second best, we're gonna go with that. That's the plan. But RJ Hampton dropped the way he dropped, and the point that the point that you did interview him, it just shocked me and a lot of Knicks fans that, like, listen, you're getting this kind of talent now with his
RJ Hampton. Not trying to be funny, but like I'm glad we didn't get him. I actually like Quickly better than RJ Hampton.
Yeah.
Quickly would be the better fit, but in terms of talent, I think RJ Hampton is going to be the better talent.
He's super duper raw. He has to me, he's like a Westbrook type player, but he just needs a lot of work. You're gonna have to wait 3-4 years from. And Knicks fans won't wait. But Knicks fan won't even wait a year. I'm gonna wait 3 or 4 years for him.
Well, no. Let me say about Knicks fans. We get wrongly maligned. It's not that Knicks fans aren't patient. It's the fact that we've had so many regimes without a proper plan in place.
Yeah, we're losing every year. Yeah, I get it.
So it's not even just a lose. It's just the fact that you have this coach come in. He comes for 2 years, a Derek Fisher puppet, and then you have this coach come in, and they change a GM. So it's been so much turmoil that by the time we have a few drafted prospects, we don't call them guys that we drafted, that were raw. And no one really refined them. No one really made them better. So that's why we get impatient with the buffoonery. But if we were the Spurs or we had Popovich and you drafted a guy like RJ Hampton and you're trying to develop him, like kind of like a DeJounte Murray, to where he can use his speed, athleticism, and be able to shoot, like that's something. But RJ Hampton, again, he's too raw for the Knicks to take now. It's just we can't stomach another. We don't know what's going to happen to the regime. Yes, we know Tom Thibodeau, whatever. We don't know what Tom Thibodeau's going to do for the Knicks. So we can't stomach the.
Who was the one that made people saying? Okay, people are saying that was a Scott Perry move. Was that a Scott Perry move?
For who?
Huh?
For who?
For that quickly.
No, that was Kenny Payne. Kenny Payne trained. Yeah, Kenny Payne trained was his coach in Kentucky.
I read the comments and they're saying Scott Perry.
Yo, somebody got something playing in the background. Somebody got something playing in the background, man. We can't allow it. We can't have that, man. Knowing we broadcasting to YouTube.
Yeah.
If you got something in the background, man, make sure you mute it or turn it off so that we won't, so we won't mess up this podcast.
I think it might be my TV. Hold on.
Are you sick, Teddy? You keep
Man, my allergies is acting up.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, Cincinnati weather.
That's the worst, man. Someone just asked me the draft. I have to look at all the picks. I don't know all the picks for every team. I was just worried about my.
There's a lot of change, and OKC had ended up with like 4 first-round picks at the end of it.
Balling, man.
OKC didn't get like 6 picks in total. So they went in. They made a lot of moves.
Yeah, they are. Ooh, the next few years is going to be absolutely beautiful for them.
We collect the assets too, though. So I'm curious to see what we do.
We got the 2023 second-round pick. That's what we got.
I think there's going to be a trade. We're going to end up trading.
Yeah, they're going to put that in a Russell Westbrook trade. They're going to throw that in. That's why I think that's why they've done it.
Or for James Harden.
Oh God, no! I'd rather Westbrook.
No. Let James Harden go to either the Sixers, the Celtics, or the Brooklyn Nets. We don't need James.
I'd rather get Lonzo than Russ at this point.
Yeah, but because you gotta. Well, see, the thing is,
team player. I want a team player.
Yo, why is Kodak Vlogs? He said
that's a stretch.
Filler.
That's
Johnny Bryan can make Emmanuel into the next Spider Mitchell.
That's a huge stretch. Tell him that's a huge stretch, man.
I wouldn't cancel it out. No one thought Mitchell was going to be what he was.
Yeah, but Mitchell was that no one thought he was going to be a do-it-all guard. But
all right,
have y'all seen Emmanuel quickly play? He ain't really fast.
He's pretty he could probably back up Donovan Mitchell.
His last name don't fit him.
Donovan Mitchell. He could probably back him up.
Emmanuel quickly is not no Spider Mitchell, man.
He could probably be a good backup for him.
Spider Mitchell put a 50-51 in a playoff game.
I'm lost.
He lost only because the other guy put a 52.
Yeah.
If Jamal Murray had a good game at 45, the Utah Jazz is still winning. So let's hope Spider Mitchell is come on, stop it, man.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. This is the best player the best compliment I'm gonna give quickly. He could possibly be the best guard, the second best guard in the Knicks roster right now.
That's not
that's not a compliment.
I don't know what people think about Donovan Mitchell. I'm not going that far, guys. Come on.
Yeah. He said they're just salty. We're not salty.
That's not salty.
No, I'm good. I hope they do well. I like Quickly. It's not like I don't like the player. I just don't like where.
Yeah, I didn't mind Quickly at all. I said it when I saw about it months ago. Whatever. They had interest. I said, that's fine. I don't mind.
If you would have just stood pat with 27 and drafted him 27, I think.
I'll be back, y'all.
There's no big difference between 25 and 27.
No. I agree. That's what I'm trying to say. But instead. If the Knicks would have stood at 27 and just drafted Emmanuel quickly, I think Knicks fans would have been okay. But the simple fact that you traded from 27 to 23, and you had a chance to draft RJ Hampton, and then you had the 25th pick, and you ended up with quickly that when you had Desmond Bain, Malachi Flynn, and a lot of other talent still at 25, still at 23, and I feel like they possibly wasted an opportunity. It looks like they wasted an opportunity at 23. That's the situation. People are not mad at Quickly. People are mad at the missed opportunity to draft a high-quality player at 23.
But you can't look. You got a light-out shooter. We need shooting. We got a shooter. It wasn't like we got someone that can't shoot or. Like, he's a light-out shooter. We'll see what the kid does. I think he can come in off the bench, give 15, 20 minutes a game, and then drop a few threes when we need it. So it is what it is.
It's a trading up for 27, and you have an opportunity to have a really high-caliber player, and then you –
who?
It looks like you kind of wasted that opportunity. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you didn't, but it looks like a wasted opportunity. At 23,
the only thing I can say is the Knicks probably, or the guys might have thought that he mightn't have been there. So just go get your guy before someone else takes him. And it's like, if that's your guy, that's fine.
It felt like they looked like we're like, wow, we're really gonna get somebody at top.
Because if he was there 25. If they waited at 33, you never know. The kid might have been gone. So they were like, let's just get our guy.
I'm not gonna.
Bizzle. What's good, Bizzle?
I'm not gonna trade 27 and 38 for Emmanuel quickly. You know what I mean? So it's like, wait a minute. So once you have that 23rd pick, we're like, okay, who's it gonna be? This is gonna be.
Tomorrow was a trade. It was the Timberwolves that wanted him.
I know, but you had it. But this morning, the Knicks made a trade. They traded from 27 and 38 for 23 for that opportunity. That if somebody drops.
No, they traded up to have that pick to trade to the Cavs for Obi if Obi was taken at 5. So once Obi fell to 8, they traded back. Then they traded back, got the 33 pick. They wanted to get Vernon Carey Jr. out of Duke. He went to 32 when he got out.
What Westbrook just said. Westbrook just followed Obi on Instagram. So, oh Lord, it's probably definitely going to happen now.
Do you know how good we're competitive? I like Obi. To be honest, Obi, Mitch, and Westbrook together would be good. Because that's the thing about Obi. He sets screens. You have a lot of these. Like Knicks don't have anyone that sets screens.
Yep.
Randall doesn't do it. Mitch doesn't do it. But yeah, I think by tomorrow. I think by some point tomorrow that deal's going to be done.
Yeah, I definitely see that happen.
I actually like the direction of our team. I can't wait.
But yeah, you got a good shooter and quickly to come off the bench. You just get Westbrook. You need to get a shooting guard that can shoot. So
we got a big 3.
Well,
RJ, Obi, and Mitch.
Yeah, RJ.
Are you a yellow fella? You're a Lakers fan. Why are you here? Like,
no matter. But
I actually like Yellow. Yellow cool.
Trash talking because he's saying, "Oh, we have a team," and like, dogs, you're the Lakers. Like
you guys, they bought a championship. The Lakers don't.
Yellow infatuated with New York for real.
He
infatuated.
How you guys
you bought a championship.
There's no integrity to the Lakers. When you guys ain't even like LeBron James, he said, "Tell me, swallow what we taking." You guys were vandalizing murals with LeBron James when he first got there.
Yeah, you didn't make the playoffs with LeBron James to get Anthony Davis in to save them.
Yeah, Anthony Davis has to save your ass, and still he doesn't even get the credit. LeBron James does. So I don't know, but no, please stay. Obviously, we want as many fans and. So
I like Yellow. Yellow funny.
How could you talk trash, man? Yeah, Abdija. I didn't want to end up with Abdija, man. I take Obi over Abdija.
You know what it is with the Abdija pick?
I wasn't surprised he dropped. I'm just going to say it that I've seen a lot of him watching Euroball. Nothing to good in the Israeli league, but then when he goes to Euro League against tougher competition, he struggled. So I'm not surprised. Washington sorted up there.
No. I want to
follow Obi. Man, this is.
I want to get to that Washington.
Well, it's going to be all over the media now. Westbrook adds Obi Toppin on Instagram. It's going to blow up all over the media now. But I think that deal's being done. I'd be happy with that. That's a good team when you think about it. Westbrook, RJ, Obi, and Mitch.
Obi together?
Westbrook, RJ, Obi, and Mitch. You just need to get a shooting guard in. Get Malik Monk in. Bail his ass out of jail.
Which lead singer from Boyz II Men?
Now we got him all right quickly.
Like any of the singers from
but I don't know. I wouldn't start quickly. I pick him off the bench.
I want to see something about
I actually think Knox is gonna be. I think Knox is gonna be our 3.
No, RJ's our 3. RJ's going to the 3.
Knox going out the 3.
Put Knox at shooting guard again.
Who's gonna be our 2? Bullet?
Huh? No, you can get one. You can get one in free agency. We'll have like nearly 30 million after we get Westbrook in. So you can get a shooting guard in free agency. After Edwards going to Timberwolves, I don't see Timberwolves re-signing Beasley. But the thing with Beasley is
that'd be a good pickup actually.
So why you don't like that Abdija pick? What's going? I think that was a good pick from Washington. I think they know how to work them.
Grow. Like I watched a lot of Euroball or the Euro basketball, and then I seen the Israeli league. He was decent, and then the Euro league he was atrocious.
But you know
he'd have been a reach.
Yeah, but Washington also. Saturansky came from Washington, and when Washington had Saturansky had good years with with Bradley Beal in Washington. So I saw that. So when they did that, so when they drafted Avdija, I wasn't surprised because before Satoransky started having before he got traded to I'm not sure if he got traded to Chicago, but Satoransky started having a good year like in 2015, like 2017. He started having he really started developing his game as soon as John Wallace messed up his ankle, and Satoransky started starting. And once he started starting, in Washington, that's when they developed his game right. So I believe that Bradley Beal and Denny Avdija, he can get him if he can shoot the three, which I expect. He can play the small forward. And Avdija can also play point guard, also like Thomas Satoransky. I can see that. I can see him flourish.
Yo, hold on, guys. Yo, we got 62 people watching, man, and we only got 27 likes, man. Hit them likes.
Hit that likes button up, guys.
Smash that like button.
That's the thing about Bradley Beal. That's the thing about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal makes players better. With a player like Bradley Beal running the show, Denny Avdija could flourish big time.
Yeah.
So now I'm more sure that Bradley Beal's not going anywhere because
no, he's not going anywhere yet. He'll probably go next year. Once this year with John Wall's over and it goes to absolute shit, then he'll be gone.
You could never get a team to Bradley Beal.
You could look back at 3 years. Look at Satoransky's last 2 years or 3 years when he was with Bradley Beal in Washington. His numbers just skyrocketed, just like Davis Bertans' numbers skyrocketed last year.
Yeah.
Yo, my man legit said we need likes, and y'all just cut him off talking about Bradley Beal. Hold on, man.
No, hit the likes up.
We gotta go to hit the like button.
That's
subscribe
what I said.
to the channel. No, not you. Raphael cut Guillermo off when Guillermo was saying, hit the like button. Yo, hit the like button, man.
I did not cut him off.
So I got to come in and sound like an infomercial. So the thing about this Knicks channel is it's unlike any other that y'all seen for not only the Knicks but for NBA fans in general, right? And there's other fans out there just like us that want content just like this. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for it and can't find it because we don't get those.
I'm playing music for you, Frizzy, for your infomercial.
I'll go mute the hell out your ass just now. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. But yeah, man. It's just not about Uncle Freezy, man, and Guillermo and Teddy and Raphael. It's about other people wanting to come in too, man, and get content like this. So make sure y'all smash that like button. I'm gonna get back in the chat.
I don't care about you, Joe. Go home. Joe, I'm joking.
Well, there's nothing better listening to an Irishman talk about basketball.
Hey Joe, you smacking, boy.
I want to say I agree with Joe about Obi, man. I think the Knicks could go follow Obi this year.
Hey Joe, I hear every time you digging that bag.
I'm eating. I'm hungry.
It's gonna be. Look, Obi offensively will add an element of spacing for the team, especially if a guy Westbrook. You know they're gonna run the typical Westbrook either beats his man, kicks out to perimeter, or use a pick and roll to get out of the perimeter. RJ Barrett's going to have more opportunities to drive the basket. If you start quickly, I'm assuming he will be the off guard from Westbrook. So it remains to be seen. I think the defense is going to be trash, or not.
No, Quigley's good on defense too. He's a solid defender. He's a dog. He's kind of like him and Maxey on defense, kind of similar.
Hey, is it safe to say we're not getting Christian Wood?
Nah, no need for him. Unless you trade Mitch. Nah, no need to pay him 15, 16 million to come off the bench.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
This dude think we got Westbrook? Yeah, I do think we got Westbrook. Everybody here thinks we got Westbrook.
Well, the Hornets aren't going to get him. I'll just have to get in Melo, so it's just us.
So D-Hall, this dude doesn't think we got Westbrook. We have Westbrook. I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling we have Westbrook. You drafted a guy.
Who did the Rockets draft?
We didn't draft the point guard. So that, and then did draft the point guard. You got Obi. You got a power forward for him to run screens. It's simple. He's coming here.
Imagine him throwing lost to Mitch and Obi.
Do you start quickly at 2?
I would if Westbrook's there. I would because nah.
I think they're gonna start Bullock too. I think they start Bullock.
No, well, they might get someone.
logical.
They might get someone in free agency. They have the money.
Yeah, but they don't.
Unless we get-
I think with the players you have now, I think they're gonna start Bullock just to start the season at 2 with Westbrook.
You know what I read? I read though he may get McLemore too though in that rush
And
trade.
McLemore?
So that could be it.
He found himself with Houston after that terrible time with the Kings. Kind of, I guess.
Wasn't McLemore was like a 4th overall pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was high, dude.
He's a legit 3.
He may have been 8th. Was it 4? No, he may have been 4.
Yeah,
He's a legit 3-point shooter though.
Yeah, he was in that Anthony Bennett trade, or in that Anthony Bennett season, I think.
Oh.
What a reach that was! Wasn't he? Was like marked to go like 10,
they didn't know
right?
what to do. They actually didn't know. It's basically because they didn't know what to do with the pick, so they just picked.
But it wouldn't surprise me with Anthony Edwards. It was the same shit.
Yeah, Ben McLemore, damn. Yeah, he did definitely revive his career with the Suns. Oh, the Rockets, 10 points, 40% from the 3 off of 6.4 attempts, 44% from the field off of 7.7 attempts. Doesn't do much else, but as a 2 guard. Small forward shooting guard. Wait. No, small short. Yeah, he's only 6'3". Yeah, small forward. Small shooting guard.
I'm shocked that we didn't trade Bullock, Ellington, Bobby Portis. I'm surprised.
We are. They probably could.
Portis. Wait, hold on. When is the option run? Is it Thursday that you have the option?
Yeah,
Friday.
Thursday.
Friday. Because Friday is what, the 22nd?
20th.
No, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow.
It's the 20th. I'm sorry.
They have to do it before free agency. Free agency starts Friday.
Got you.
So
throw the bag at Bogdanovich. Would you guys throw the bag?
If they bring any of them back, oh my god! I think it wouldn't surprise you if they try to bring Portis back on a cheaper deal.
If you sign Port, why not have to sign Christian Wood?
Huh?
Why not sign Christian Wood?
You wouldn't want to have to him come off the bench because you're gonna have to pay him about.
I forgot we have Obi. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have Obi star definitely.
Right. I keep forgetting we have.
I'm looking forward to
already.
what he does.
I'd rather we flip Brandon for a guy like Conley. Well, Conley will only have 1 more year on the contract. Probably a while. I mean, Westbrook got this.
If we were going to try and get Conley, they would have done that when we moved up with them to get 23.
Oubre is interesting.
Hey, I'm going to say it first.
What?
Would you guys
breaking news?
Say it again.
Breaking news.
What?
We're going to pick up Lonzo Ball.
Did you just make this up?
Yeah, he's making
this up.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. Because the way he said it, I'm like, oh crap, something happened. What about Kelly Oubre? Would you try to trade for him?
I
would.
Suppose you
actually
put him at the 3 and have RJ at the 2.
I've been saying that though. I've been saying this for a while. I like
at the 2. I'd rather have Oubre at the 2 because RJ's is a little bit slow. I have RJ in the post, operate from the slash from the wing, but I think he's breaking Teddy moves. I'd rather have Oubre at the 2.
Yeah, Oubre is supposed to come play the 2, and he's getting better every year.
Yep.
Well, I'm telling you, OKC has done a lot. They've flipped Danny Green, they flipped Rubio, they've done a lot of shit.
Yo, you saw that?
Huh?
Yo, carry on. How they flipped Danny Green? Keep carry on. That's crazy.
They flipped Danny Green to Philly, and who else? Rubio, I think, went back to the Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So-
what else did they do? Philly was busy too. Philly, I think, picked up.
Hey, Philly's going to the finals because of Danny Green.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got Danny Green.
Every team he goes to, they go to the finals.
I like
They
that.
got
Good call, Teddy. That's a good call.
They got Seth Curry as well.
Someone just said Jay Crowder. I think Jay Crowder goes back to the Heat.
We don't need him now.
We have Obi.
Yo, Clutch B-Ball TV, what up, man? I'd rather get Bogdanovich and FV Fred VanVleet. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I want mine not either.
Bogdanovich was traded to the Bucks.
No,
I don't like how small.
He reneged on a deal because he wants to get signed before he gets traded. So he didn't.
Oh, he didn't use the deal.
Nope.
Did Clutch B-Ball TV really say hey?
Yeah, he's right there. Clutch B-Ball TV is right. OKC still looking
Hey
great.
Teddy, Clutch B-Ball TV is family. That's fam. He don't have to.
I
They
know.
don't
I'm
have to
just
come
playing.
on.
I know. You know, we be.
Yeah, that's fam right
You know,
there.
we be clowning.
Did Freezy just come in to scold you, and he pops right back up? Oh my gosh, Freezy's
It is
hilarious.
funny. Hey, let's be real. It is kind of funny to see. Hey,
Nah, this guy. Man. Well, you from the Natty, man. I'm pretty sure you guys have some weird.
I mean, it's a whole bunch of dudes, and he's saying, "Hey."
Oh Lord, this. Oh, we used to do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta.
It's all fun. It's all comedy. It's all comedy, Clutch.
I gotta sleep on this, man. I'm not complaining more about Albie. I'm already thinking about ways that.
Yeah, Isaiah was not happy.
Nah, he wasn't. I mean, I don't blame him, but it is what it is. I just hope that. I'm just scared about the Quickly thing. Again, I don't mind having Quickly here. I just don't want it so that we only bring in players of a certain agency, or we make sure to always have these players with Kentucky connections, even if the talent doesn't warrant the pick. You know what I mean? I don't want to play that type of game where, and again, I'm a Mets fan. Brody Von Wagen was doing that crap where guys who came from or who was connected to CAA, he was favoring some of these guys, and we made that terrible. I believe Cano was CAA. I don't know. Freezy might remember, but I think Cano was CAA. I might be wrong, but I think he was CAA. And I just don't want an agent or a GM who's acting more like an agent versus a GM. That's it. The quickly pick, I really have no problem with getting him on the team. I just, there's a lot more about. And yes, this draft is not good, but even another guy, you could have had a Robert Woodard come off the bench, a 3-and-D guy who would be a monster in defense. So it is what it is. But
the thing is, they could have got 2 shooters instead of just 1. They could have got another one at 25. There was a lot of options there.
Right.
I think if we get Russ though, Quickly it'd be even more better a better pick.
You could have,
Yeah, I think
get Russ, it'd be even better pick.
Well, because you just feed off the perimeter, right? The only thing with Russell Westbrook, I think that now it seems like, I don't know what it was, but he did have a more efficient and better season with the Rockets. I hope, obviously, he'll be the lead point guard, which I still don't think he's good at, but I hope that he doesn't look at New York as just an opportunity to play the same way he's always has, which is just this one note, speed rush, bull rush through the league.
I think this would be the perfect team for him to do that.
Yeah, Tibbs won't let him do it.
I hope
Obi and Mitch running the floor with you.
I'm hoping Thibodeau does that. I hope Thibodeau develops him to that point. Because, again, I think you saw a little bit of strides with the Rockets. He did shoot 47% from the field, which is higher than 42% the year before. He only took average only 2 threes a game attempts. Only shot 25%. But if he can take Tom Thibodeau's teaching to run, because Tom Thibodeau's going to run a lot of different offensive sets to see what fits. And he has to be Westbrook. I'm not saying he's not, but he has to be a student of the game to kind of elevate his game. If he can, maybe we have something. So, look, I'm looking at it as half glass full, man. I ain't issuing on no Knicks. I'm not Obi Toppin. He's a Knicks fan. Here's what it is. Let's go. Let's get it, man. So
good attitude. You have a good attitude, Guillermo. That's what it is.
No,
I'm just tired, and I drank like 5 beers, so I'm just a little groggy.
The thing is, Guillermo, they had to go Obi. At 8, they had to go best available. Even though I think that was always going to be their pick, I just think best available is what you have to go with.
When the Knicks picked Knox, when the Knicks picked Knox, was he best available?
No.
What, SGA?
SGA by far.
But SGA did not. SGA did not have the experience, right? Did he not play how many? He didn't average that many. Not say he didn't average many minutes, but he wasn't. Knox was a star player. Or that year.
It was Mikal Bridges. That was, I think.
But Mikal Bridges, best player available, he fit more of a need, right? He was a 3-D player at Villanova, but you saw the upside was kind of limited. And I mean, he's playing decently for whatever little time with the Suns, but again, he's not a guy who's gonna best player available at 8. I don't think it was Mikal Bridges.
Yo, Jerome Call said y'all won't shout out y'all people. Shout out Jerome Call.
Jerome Call.
And we glad you here.
Salute, Jerome.
Yeah. It ain't that, dog. We be knee deep in this conversation, dog. We glad you here.
Yo, shout out Jerome Carl, Crewhead, Jay Deals Direct, salute Jay Deals Direct was in my channel.
Shout out to him, man. Great.
Famous is in the building.
Famous was in my channel. I don't know. Yellow, all these guys are
Famous guys.
We just
talking. Famous been with us for like 4 years.
Yeah, MPJ may have been best player. It's just MPJ's back.
His injury. That's why he dropped. He was supposed to be in the top 5.
The Knicks were sold on Kevin Knox with John Calipari. That was the whole situation why I believe the Knicks picked Kevin Knox. John Calipari was telling the Knicks, guys, you're getting a guy 2 or 3 years early. Be patient with him. I'm not saying I don't agree with you, Guillermo, about his offense and his motor. And even in the draft profile, like how we read about Devin Vassell and Aaron Naismith, there were concerns about his motor. But again, the Knicks front office was listening to John Calipari when it came to Kevin Knox, and they just they took a chance.
I think the Knicks that time went star.
Hey, shout out to Giandrezzi.
Oh, Giandrezzi
been with us for years too. I picked Giandrezzi up from Knicks Fan TV. Yeah. Shout out to Giandrezzi. I see you.
The troll, man. Yo, come see me when you
he family. He like we gonna shout him out and he family already. It's like he come in the house, he take his shoes off and start eating, but he wants somebody to welcome him. When you family, you ain't gotta do that, dog.
Back of his neck. That's what he wants. Troll, man. Come see me when you get your internet fixed, boy. You still got. But he said he called Obi Toppin, so I give it to him, man. If he called,
can you say that's the biggest surprise that he dropped?
I called that like 2 months ago.
Who is the biggest? Who?
Give me the pick.
Was that one of the biggest surprises that he dropped so far?
No, I expected it. I was thinking about 2-3 weeks ago. I was like, Oneko Kongwu was going up, and someone was going to have to drop it. I thought it was Obi. Plus, I think a lot of teams are scared by his age. To me, that don't matter. To me,
no, that matters. That definitely matters. People underestimate. Isaiah literally read off a list where only like 2 guys over the age of 22 or 23, whatever it was, like panned out. Again.
Dwayne Wade was at 21.
Who?
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade come out. He's 21.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he stayed. Yeah,
21.
Dwayne Wade. I think he said Dwayne Wade.
Jimmy Butler.
Who else?
Jimmy Butler, that's a dude from Memphis. Butler,
and then
Brandon Clark.
Brandon Clark last year.
And he said one more.
There was a couple people actually.
There were a whole bunch that he said sucked. And it's also
there's a whole bunch that sucked too though.
Yeah, it's
Obi's a safe pick.
Obi's not the safe pick because
Obi was the best pick. Let's be real.
You know what you're getting. It's not like a Knox pick where he's raw.
No. But a safe pick is where you have a high floor. The way that Obi played at Dayton, it may not be replicated. They may not replicate as easy in the NBA, right? Where
it's gonna be even easier. Let me tell you something. At Dayton, he had nobody. Everybody.
Bro. You could have a team where you have nobodies and you're allowed to play it the way you want. Versus when you go to an NBA team where there is some type of better talent, they may put him to play more of a role play versus more on the ball, which way he did at Dayton, right? Not I would say he's a do it all for, but he was kind of in that mode, right? He can kind of do it all, drive the basket. But so they may not play to that way with the Knicks immediately. They might play the Knicks like that at all and force them. A lot of guys in the NBA and in all sports, they become busts not necessarily because of their talent. It's because the teams don't use them the way to their strengths, right? If he comes in and they don't do that, he could falter. He could fall. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that possibility kind of hurts his floor versus a guy who I'm not trying to use Vassell, but I'm just saying that you have a guy who does one or two things really good, and he's there's not much you have to change in your system to make him do that. That's a safer pick, right? It's like, I know what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a bare minimum of this. His upside may not be here, but I know I'm gonna get this. So that's a safe pick. Versus Obi, it's this talented guy. He's a little bit older. He's at Dayton, which is not the greatest of competition.
He's from New York too.
A lot of variables you have to consider. So I'm not hoping. I'm hoping he does well. So anybody say here,
I'm hoping that Kevin Knox in 5 or 10 years turns into like an Obi with his motor. That's what I'm hoping. In 5 or 10 years.
Nah.
Why so long? Why 5 years?
Because I don't know about Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox.
You're gonna re-sign Kevin Knox and then hope the next 2
I'm just joking.
3 years? Oh my bad.
You're gonna let it. You're gonna.
I am a Vassell fan. I am. I've said it multiple times. I am a Vassell fan, but I'm an Obi fan now because he's on the Knicks, so I'm not hating.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Knox may be most improved player next year.
You think
he's with us,
he
might be in Houston.
I got Freezy back in here. I got Freezy back.
He trolling, boss. Boss, he trolling.
All the time, man. Frank or Knox with the most improved player. Oh man, come on.
I love Knicks at night.
Thanks for helping me out, Freezy. Thanks for helping me out, man.
Hey, I said the wildest stuff at night. I ain't gonna lie, man. Knicks at night,
man.
You can say anything.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but you know what though? I'm gonna say this, man. Where's my thing at? It didn't show. Okay, whatever. Oh, here I am. Hey, so the thing is about Knicks at night is it's basically a bunch of wilding Knicks fans. It's like Knicks fans after the hockey game, after watching two fights, you know what I'm saying? And then you start talking about the Knicks. But you know what though? It's all about the MBK fam. It's all about the Legion of Knicks podcast that come on right before us. It's all about, God and Moses and Elijah doing his thing. Art and Rick, trying to get together and do their thing, man, and nothing but Knicks and Nickish and everybody. But you know what, though? The question I wanted to ask y'all is this. Have we established a clear direction in which the franchise is headed in? And do you expect the Knicks front office to come out tomorrow and state the fact that they have a clear direction that they're going in and expect the pieces to fall in place? Or do you think we're going to get more espionage, subversion, and things like that until after free agency?
I'm going to be honest. I think short term and long term, both Obi and Quickly solved answered many questions that the Knicks needed. I think Obi's is instant office, like Joe Madden keeps saying, and I think it's possible that Quickly is gonna be a good glue guy in terms of guards. Okay, I'm gonna start with that. I don't know what's the ceiling, but I think in terms of short term, Obi is gonna be a monster in the glass. He's gonna give you just the same amount of points as Julius Randle, and he's gonna be a problem in this league. I do agree. I'm starting to see it that way. So I just want to keep it short. I think the Knicks are heading in the positive direction, now that I think about it, because I think it's going to take a while for Quickly to develop, but Obi's going to give you so much offense, you're gonna forget about everybody else in the roster. It's going to be instant action. It's going to be very, very fast paced. And with Tibbs running the show, he's going to get everybody action. I don't know if Quickly's going to be in the offense like that. I think he's going to be more in the background. He's still too young, but because Obi's so ready, like Joe Madden keeps saying, it's going to help out this draft. We're going to look back at this draft as, you know what, this draft wasn't that bad. And, we can get past.
You guys,
it's like we didn't get any scrubs. We didn't get any.
No, we didn't get no scrubs.
We got good players. I said, huh?
No, I'm saying we didn't get scrubs like Frank Lampage.
Yeah. We didn't get scrubs. We got solid. You know what you're gonna get from Obi. And the thing is, he can stretch the floor. And that's a big thing for RJ. Because once he stretches that floor, you're giving lanes for RJ. Like RJ averaged 15 points last year with no spacing and a bad shooting year. I can't imagine what he can do now when he has spacing and his jump shot is fixed. He'll average over 20 easily next year. I think RJ could be in the run for most improved player.
Yo, guys, man, I gotta be out.
Do we keep Portis?
I gotta get some sleep, man. But this was fun, man. I wish I could stay on. If this is a weekend, I'll probably stay on even longer. But I gotta get sleep, man. But salute to you guys, man. Thank you guys for all being on my show, man. Again, for you guys in this chat or who are watching this, man, we got 77 people watching this damn show, man, and we only got 38 likes. Come on, Let's stop playing games, man. This is the most we've had for Nick at Night for Big Freezy, man. This dude is becoming, like I said, he's becoming the Walter Cronkite of interviewing on the internet, man. He got Harry Carson to come on. I don't know what voodoo he does, but I'm trying to learn it so I can get a person like Harry Carson to come on. But I'm only joking. But I mean, I would love to do it. But anyway, suit to Big Freezy, man. This guy has been, from day one, this guy's been supportive, man. So. And thank you guys for all coming through for my drafting as well too, man. Salute to all you guys, Joe Madden, God of Most, Elijah, Teddy Flett. Salute to all you guys, man. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace.
Dude, you a beast, dog. You a beast. You been on for so Knicks at Night gonna stay on, but Guillermo jumping off. But man, this dude is a monster, dude. You run batteries.
I'm gonna still be listening. I always listen to some while I sleep, so I'm gonna still be listening. I just gotta get some sleep.
Hey, go get some sleep, man. Hey, we're gonna keep rocking and rolling for a little while, but we appreciate the fact that you stayed on so long for the Knicks draft and giving your opinion and stuff. That's huge.
I'm sorry, fellow said go to sleep, boys. So man, have a wedding to do this. I like this guy. He's a jerk, man.
Hey, we love it, boss. And hey, we'll holler at you, but we're gonna try to get Evergreen G and Who's Mark and Tony Crow on more, so you can continue to slice their heads off on national TV.
They've even allowed me to, man. I'm gonna need you on my side. Look, I defeated you. Now I'm gonna bring your armies to my army. So next time you gotta hound them with me. All right, man. Stop playing. And you got Elijah. This guy, he respects like my head, but when I'm fighting against other people, he's like,
you don't see that? I showed up to there a little bit. You didn't see that I'm defending you about Devin Vassell earlier.
This is the family right here. This is like the
okay. I'll go.
Where were you when the Mongolians from NBK came over here, man? You were missing, man.
Oh man, my man,
So I was negotiating a peace treaty with Simeon Russell via text because Guillermo was slicing heads off at a more than expected rate, and so I guess Sam was like, "Yo, I'm losing heads really fast," so I was like, "Yo, I'll pull the strings on Guillermo, so he won't dice up your heads, man, on national TV." So
and one more thing before I leave. God and Moses Elijah starting the show. So I want all of us, when he starts his show, everybody support it. He does stuff on Sportscaster.
Yeah.
That show even more. So go to Sportscaster and support my man, God and Moses Elijah.
Yo, man. Next time that happens, watch again, man. If I'm there, watch.
All right.
Watch. I'm gonna be right there, man. Watch.
All right.
So I'm gonna stay on while MF Doom jump off, yo. So hey, I appreciate you, man. We'll holler at you tomorrow. So that was our guy, MF of Doom, aka the Legend of Knicks podcast, aka the Ghostface Killer. Yeah. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit, but I wanted to ask y'all. So are y'all satisfied in the direction in which we're going? Do y'all feel like is the directions that the Knicks fans deserve? Is it a situation where the Knicks probably deserve better? I mean, I'd like to hear y'all opinions on those things, just because I think that the direction that we took is very unexpected.
Teddy, that's all you, Teddy. I already answered. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of figured we actually are taking a mature approach this time. We're not making any irrational decisions as far as we need to win now. The assets that we're assembling is going to lead us into getting a free agent and a formidable free agent that will actually fit the team. It seems like with this Obi and we got our franchise player for the future and a shooter. You know what I mean? So that's just, we need shooting more. So once we get rid of the loose hanging fruit as far as Randall, DSJ, Elfrid Payton, Wayne Ellington, look like we're probably, and I almost feel like we should keep, and this is gonna sound crazy, I almost feel like we should keep Bobby Portis now. How with the direction of how everything's going with him spreading the floor. But as far as the direction of the Knicks, though, I like what we're doing, and it seems like the front office actually know what they're doing. And everybody was mad at first, like, why didn't we get Russ? Why didn't we get Russ? Why didn't we get Russ? Like, nah, like let's just sit back. Let's get our draft picks. Let's wait to everybody's either exploring our options or not, and we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that this is the best Knicks I've seen in a long time as far as the rebuild stage. So
how many wins?
we'll see where it goes from here. But
how many wins you feel like they're gonna win this year, Teddy?
It depends what we do. If this is the only moves we're making, then I'm going to not say high. But if we actually do get a formidable free agent, I think we, depending on who we get, let's just say it is Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can make it to the bubble, the elimination rounds. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
That they got the new bubble rounds now. If you get ninth seed, you can play for the eighth. You know what I mean? Like I think we can hover around that.
Right.
And actually probably be a good team. I think when we first start off, we're not going to be good because we got a brand new team.
I think,
but I think
don't be
halfway
surprised
after All-Star game on, I think we're going to be a beast.
I think don't be surprised if we start off strong early too. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
So,
Freezy, what do you think, Freezy?
I think the direction we're going is surprising because the narrative has been throughout the summer and since the Tibbs hire is that we're hiring Tibbs as a right now coach. Like Tibbs wants to win right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, with that said, if I go by when a man says something, I take him at his word until he shows you the opposite. Right. But in this case, Tibbs has hinted at being a right now win coach, but I don't remember seeing him say he wants to win right away. You know what I'm saying? I remember people sources say that Thibodeau wants to win now, and so what that gives me the impression that maybe the front office and Tibbs are not on the same page, and that can't be the direction right away when we just hired this guy in July. He hadn't coached a game, and we already have a rift between the coach and the front office.
Great points.
And so the other thing too is Leon Rose hadn't said anything. Leon Rose at his press conference said how proud he is to be here. It's his dream job, blah, blah, blah. Leon Rose. Yeah, we're going to try to, focus on some development, but we also want to change the culture, have the culture impacted by winning. We want winning to be the most important thing. And then we get to the draft, and we don't necessarily see that. The Obi Toppin draft pick is not a bad draft pick. I just want to reiterate that. It's not a bad pick at 8.
I just want to say something.
What was bad, in my opinion, is before the draft, all the maneuvering around to try to move up in the draft to get Obi Toppin. And then Obi Toppin wound up falling down the draft board anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there was concerning to me. So I feel like we lost an opportunity with 27 and 38 in this year's draft by basically we basically Emmanuel Quigley for 27 and 38. And I just don't see the value in that. You get a guy that was probably should have been in the 40s with your picks from 27 and 38. And maybe I'm wrong the way I'm evaluating, but I would like to see a situation where the Knicks be more careful with the assets that it took us 5, 6, 7 years to accumulate. We legit had to climb from up under a mess, dust ourselves off, and then start putting assets away. And our team president, the first time he gets to use assets, throws them away.
I want to correct you on something, though. For Emmanuel Quigley, we drafted him at 25, and we also did get the 33rd pick. And with the 33rd pick, we drafted Oturo, and we traded the 33rd pick for a 2023 second-round pick. I just want to correct you on that.
Right.
And I also want to say one small thing. You're 100% right about the Tibbs situation. Very valid point. But I do want to say that I do believe that that Obi Toppin can help. Is a more win mode player. Is more NBA ready player now, and might be a more Tibbs player, according to Tibbs. So I just want to point that out to you.
Right. Right, but so and I appreciate the fact you correcting the place where Quigley was drafted.
Mhm.
In my opinion, though, that makes it even worse. So we maneuvered around and moved up to 25, and we still took the wrong guy. So we took the wrong
You know what's
guy.
so crazy?
We took the right guy with the wrong draft. I should say it like that.
Mhm.
You know what's so crazy? I think we was already gonna take him at 27, to be totally honest.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
So I just think it worked out that way.
I think it was possible that the Knicks really wanted to move up from 38 and to 33. I think that was the big thing.
Nah, I think it was really the move up to get Obi, but Obi ended up dropping.
Right.
So we was already
that was
getting
my
quickly
point
in
the entire
27.
time. That was my
Yeah.
point. The point is, you could have drafted Obi at 8. You could have drafted Quigley at 27.
Mhm.
And at 38, you could have still included that in the Russell Westbrook deal that we assume that future second is. We're assuming that's going to go in the Russell Westbrook deal, right? We could have did all that stuff without trading.
Yeah. There was a lot
Overall,
of, and you're wondering for what? You're thinking that they're trying to get a player that's gonna drop, and a player actually did drop, and you didn't even want to draft him. So you're like, what are you doing then? So it's like you're confusing your fans, your fan base thinking that, wait a minute, I believe that a player might drop, and when we see RJ Hampton at 23, like, wow, this person actually did drop. And you're like, no, we're going to actually draft Leandro Bomaro. And you're like, what the hell's going on with Leandro Bomaro that we don't know?
Right.
So you make a very good point, Freezy, on that. It's like, what the hell? It's like not, why that 23 pick is like what throws most Knicks fans off.
Right.
But
And
we
smash that like button. Smash that like button.
Mm-hmm.
Give this stream some love. Teddy in here trolling people, and y'all ain't even hitting the like button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kevin
man.
Knox, most improved player.
There you go. Look at
Hey,
that,
man. I ain't gonna co-sign. That, man. But I feel you. I see where you're going. But
you know what though? Hey,
Maybe
we gotta talk
NBA
into existence because man, look. Whew.
He's gonna beat out Frank for the most improved player of the year, Teddy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I think Knox gonna actually get minutes this year.
Really? Okay. Hey, well, fellas, I'm gonna wrap up right here, man.
Yes.
I got something that I gotta do in the morning.
Okay.
I got people coming in and fixing up a couple rooms for me early. So I appreciate y'all coming on. Listen, I appreciate all the new faces, the new fam. Hey, for everybody that's new that came through, come back tomorrow. We'll be here. It's family. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be here same time tomorrow. Same energy, maybe more energy. I usually have more energy than this, but the Knicks draft kind of saddened me some. But come back
to
tomorrow.
The people that's new here, what time you coming on?
About 11:40. I try to do 11:40, 11:45 every day.
Knicks
every
at
day,
night.
11:45. Yo, peace and love to everybody in the chat. Yo, come back tomorrow, man. Bring your ideas. I know y'all gonna be talking this stuff all day. Bring that stuff to the show tomorrow night. We appreciate y'all. Hey, shout out to everybody that came through, all the new people. Hey, you know what we need to do? From now on, if you come on and you knew, somebody need to make sure that all the new people get some love. Like type in the chat that you knew so we can shout you out. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag new.
Or something, yeah. Put something out there so we can see that new people coming in, so we can show you some love. It's like when you walk in your family house and they ain't seen you in a long time. First thing they do is show you some love. You know what I'm saying? Again, we'll be on tomorrow night about 11:45. Raphael, you want to plug your show?
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting off my new show, guys. Check me out, God of Moses and Elijah. I'm starting off slowly but surely. Talking about the Knicks. If you want to check me out, please check me out. I'll appreciate it. Anything you got to say, agree with me, disagree with me, it's all good.
Hey, so Jeremy Nussbaum said he knew. What's good, Jeremy? Jeremy Nussbaum. All right.
Jeremy Nussbaum, man.
Yeah, hey. So Teddy, and Raphael, y'all hang out, man. Till after I ended, I want to talk to y'all about something. Hey, but for everybody else, we're gonna get out of here, y'all. We just gonna say, Peace.
Peace.
Hey, y'all stay right there. Don't go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right.